Hello, everyone. Today we're here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the Woodland Hills Mall, in front of my first Chuck's Arcade location. Now, for those of you who don't know, CC's kind of been expanding to these small mall arcades within the past few months. Now, originally they were called Fun Spot Arcade. I'll throw some pictures up on screen so you can see what that looked like. However, within the past few months, they've been rebranding to Chuck's Arcade. There could still be a few Fun Spot locations left, but I believe most of them have been rebranded to Chuck's Arcade at this point. But I'm going to go inside and give you guys a little tour and show you what the Chuck's Arcade has to offer. So let's go inside and check this out. Alright, here we are inside the arcade. And pretty much all they have here is just generic video games. It's pretty much just a generic arcade that's vaguely CC branded. I'll talk about later in the video why I'm not really a fan of Chuck's Arcade. But without further ado, we'll just give it a tour and see what games they have. So first off, unfortunately, you cannot use Play Pass here. You have to get these generic cards. So it just kind of seemed like a cash grab. They're just trying to get as much money out of you as possible. It'd be nice if you could reuse Play Pass here, but unfortunately you cannot. As you can see, it is Chuck's Arcade branded, and you can pay for the amount of points right there. Yeah, I guess you have to get this generic play card, so you can't use Play Pass for these games, unfortunately. So yeah, they really want to get as much money out of you as possible. Alright, so starting off with the arcades, they got just generic claw machines right here. Nothing really that special. And then they have these prize games, like you can just like cut the thing and possibly win that. And they have the prize hub right over here, which has Pete's Teeth Chuck right up there, and they have just more plush things right in here. Now, they actually have a Lord of the Rings plushes here, which Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie of all time, so I'm happy to see these. That's probably the best thing here for keeping it real here. Yeah, there's Gollum. Yeah, just more generic claw machines, nothing too special. Right here they have Pump Phoenix, which is basically a Dance Dance Revolution type of some sort, I guess. More generic claw machines, nothing really special. Here we have some regular arcade brand games. We got Hoop It Up, NBA Superstars, Drop It, which is not working, it looks like. Some sort of basketball game, another basketball game. We got Space Invaders over here. More generic claw machines. We got Justice Arcade, Ticket Monsters, Minecraft Dungeons Arcade. Up there they have some art for Chuck's Arcade with Pete's Teeth Chuck up there. I do like the art in this place. I will admit, I do think the art in this place is really cool. So that's something. Then we got we actually got a CEC branded game right here, which is Time Out. And you can possibly win a Chuck plush. I don't know how this works exactly. I think you have to like press this at like the correct time, and you will possibly free Chucky against his will. He's kind of trapped in here against his will, I guess. So you can possibly free him. So yeah, there's that. Then they got a hockey table over here. Then they have Super Bikes 3. More art alongside the wall. They got some sort of racing game here. They got Halo Fire Team Raven, Connect 4 Hoops. We got Break the Planet. They got Alley Roller, some sort of skee ball. This is not the regular one that's usually at CC. This is some sort of different branded one. And they got Quarterback Pro, Jurassic Park Arcade, Big Ticket Drop. Here we got some retro games. We got Robotron and Asteroids right over here. We got more Chuck's Arcade decorated walls. Walking Dead, Dracon's Realm Keepers, Transformers over here. We got Tron and Mortal Kombat thing. We got a Skittles machine right there. Right over here we got Guardians of the Galaxy ticket coaster. This is basically similar to the SpongeBob ticket coaster, just Guardians of the Galaxy themed. So yeah, there's that. And then we got Spider-Man right over here. Avengers Coin Pusher right there. And then we got Treasure Quest. And I believe that about does it for the arcade pretty much. Right above here, they also have a Pete's Teeth Chuck lineup sign right over there, so that's cool. Now, unfortunately, a big downside to this Chuck's Arcade is that there is no animatronic taxidermy here, unfortunately, which is arguably the only highlight of Chuck's Arcade, because without that, it's pretty much just a generic boring arcade. So, unfortunately, this location does not have an animatronic taxidermy, which sucks, because that's like the only highlight of Chuck's Arcade, and yet there's none here. So without it, it's kind of just a generic arcade. So yeah, no taxidermy here, unfortunately. Right by the entryway, they also have another PTT Chuck logo right as you enter, so there's that. So that's pretty cool to see. All right, and that about does it for the Chuck's Arcade here in the Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, I do also like to give my honest opinion about these things, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm not really a fan of Chuck's Arcade. I just found it to be kind of like a nostalgic cash grab, and it's not really anything special. It's pretty much just a generic arcade that's just vaguely CEC branded. Not to mention, as many of you guys know, these past few months have been very disastrous for CEC, and this was around the time when they started making Chuck's Arcades. So honestly, I think most of this is just to make their reputation look somewhat better and to kind of please the fans by giving them nostalgic theming after, the many disastrous things that happened to them these past few months. So yeah, I like to call this nostalgic cash grab. That's my nickname for this place, basically. So yeah, the theming is nice, and it does sound nice on paper, the concept of it, but other than that, it's really not anything special. So yeah, overall not a fan of Chuck's Arcade, and even locations without taxidermy is arguably the only highlight of this. Locations that don't have taxidermies really fall flat. They really don't have much to offer, just a generic arcade. Because, the taxidermies are really the only highlight of the place, and ones that don't have those really are kind of just boring. So yeah, that's just my little opinion on Chuck's Arcade. But yeah, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.